and welcome back to more Sonic Generations, where last time we played through Chemical Plant Zone, and today we're going to be playing through Sky Sanctuary Zone. I know I said I wasn't going to spoil it at the end of the last episode, as if there's anybody watching this that hasn't already played or is at least familiar with Sonic Generations and all the stages that it brings back. But at this point, you already seen the title and thumbnail, so you know no matter what. But yeah, it's Sky Sanctuary Zone from Sonic and Knuckles, I guess more colloquially known as the latter half of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's the Sonic and Knuckles part of Sonic 3 and Knuckles is where this stage comes from. And to be honest with you, as you know by now, if you've seen my Sonic 3 and Knuckles Let's Play that recently concluded, I don't have particularly strong feelings towards Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. I should say, I don't have particularly glowing feelings towards Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a better way to put it. I've heard from many people that they hold Sonic 3 and Knuckles as being their favorite of the trilogy, of the original Genesis trilogy, that is, and I've never shared that perspective ever. Now, I loved playing Angel Island Zone over and over again as a kid, and obviously its special stages I adore. The blue spheres are fantastic, but the actual stages, I mean, I guess the Sonic 3 portion of it is, I mean, I don't want to go into it all that closely in detail because obviously if you've seen the Let's Play, then you know, and if you haven't, then you should go watch the Let's Play and you'll get a better idea of my thoughts and feelings towards Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The Sonic 3, but to give you a brief summary, Sonic 3 part is fine, just nothing that I particularly care for too intensely. It's just the Sonic and Knuckles part that I actually despise playing, so yeah, this stage doesn't exactly come from a game I hold too close to my heart. However, in Sonic Generations, it's pretty fun. Now, it's almost unrecognizable from its original version, with the exception of the fact that you can see the Death Egg in the background. That's about all there is to it. I mean, obviously, I should clarify, because when I say that about Chemical Plant Zone and Sky Sanctuary Zone, there's certain elements aesthetically that look vaguely familiar. Like, obviously, Chemical Plant Zone, you have those classic yellow, black, and white striped platforms that you maneuver across as you go throughout the chemical plant. So that's something that can stand out to you. But as far as the actual design of the place, I don't think it's too controversial to say that it clearly looks different, which I want to make clear when I say that I don't mean it necessarily as a bad thing, because obviously when you try to upscale it to a 2D environment to a fully 3D environment, you're bound to run into some aesthetic differences. But I think Sky Sanctuary looks even less recognizable than Chemical Plant Zone did last time around, outside of a couple minor things. And obviously, of course, the end section. Oh my god, how about we don't fall? That was almost real bad. How about? Okay. Great aim you got there, buddy. Some 10 out of 10 aim, and okay, well, it appears that my attempt to speed through this has backfired significantly, but the checkpoint's right there, so it's not the end of the world. And funny, what I was going to say was, with the exception of the one thing at the end of the stage that everyone recognizes, and that one thing at the end of the stage everyone recognizes, is this right here. The iconic run around in a circle around the building. Oh my lord, that was almost real bad. Obviously, this is the iconic set piece from the end of Sky Sanctuary that's blown up to the max in this version, which is really cool. But beyond that, it's definitely a reimagined version of Sky Sanctuary, to say the least. Okay, I think it's got to be that S rank. In order to get an S rank, you have to not die. Because honestly, I was pretty happy with that run of Sky Sanctuary. I feel like we did pretty well up until that very end, when I dropped the ball and I fell into the abyss. So I'm guessing it is just as simple. Well, not as simple. It's you have to perform well. But even if you perform really well and then you die even once, the S rank is off the table. I imagine that's probably what it is. Oh, also, I guess I got 2 red rings. Wasn't even paying attention to that. I guess we got 2 red rings. Cool. I guess we'll take that. Get some artwork. Okie dokie. Now, back in as Modern Sonic. Yeah, those Omochao tips aren't particularly helpful when the loading screens go by so fast you don't even have time to read them. That's one thing about modern loading times, or rather the lack thereof, is that it's great to be able to just load right into a game with minimal to no waiting time. And I do not want to make this sound like I'm complaining about that in any way, because the lack of load time is exceptional, and I don't ever want to go back. However, when your load screen is designed around giving people tips for things, it definitely makes it somewhat difficult to follow through. Or, okay, hold on, let me slow down for a second, try to get this extra life. Thank you. I know you're supposed to, excuse me, I guess I wasn't touching it. I know you're supposed to blitz through this section, but I wanted the extra life, and so the extra life I got. And oh yeah, when your loading screen is centered around giving people tips, it makes it not hard to follow. That was the wrong way to phrase it, but it's hard to read them, because you barely have any time to look at it. So yeah, it's a bit of an unfortunate side effect of the advancements in technology. But it's Sonic Generations at 60 FPS with barely any load times whatsoever, so you won't hear any significant complaints from me on that end of things. Also, I was just about to say, I'd like a ring, please, and then it gave me a ring. Oh my lord, I probably shouldn't have skipped that cloud jump, but it's okay. It's okay. We cut it a bit closer than we probably should have, but we still pulled through in the end. I also don't know if Modern Sonic has the same building running thing, or the running around the collapsing building in a circle thing that Classic Sonic's does. As a gentle reminder, it's been 8 years since I've played this game, so, or not, that's not true. I've played it since then, but it's still been, I think it's been 8 years since I played it to completion. I don't know that I've beaten it. I'm pretty sure the final boss is just so awful that it has actively discouraged me from playing this game to completion. But I have played this game in small chunks since then, but it's still been years since I've sat down to touch, or just sat down to play Sonic Generations for any significant chunk of time. So a lot of the finer details have been lost on me. I knew, of course, that the building running thing was in Classic Sonic's mode, but I was not sure if it was in Modern Sonic's mode. Okay, that wasn't part of the plan. But I guess we're going to find out today. At the end of this stage, that wasn't who I wanted the homing attack onto, but hey, it worked, so. Oh, accepted. Okay, here we go. Please don't fall off. Please don't fall off. Thank you. And I never fully, oh no, oh, I thought it was dead. I thought that was going to lead me to my death. I never fully trust the game in those sections. You never trust them. Okay, is this one of the ones where the timer runs out, and if you're not fast enough, you're screwed? I feel like this, yep, I knew, I remembered this general, I knew that happened before. I remembered that specifically, this environment and that button, and I was like, wait a minute, doesn't this happen? Isn't this the thing where if you're not fast enough, you get screwed out of a certain section? And I was correct, that was exactly the section I was thinking of. Ah well, not the end of the world. We can still progress through the rest of the level. Oh my lord, okay, we're gonna, this was all part of the plan. Camera, I'm gonna need you to work with me here, buddy. This does not look like oh my lord. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? I can't move the camera. I'm guess the controls are not okay. I'm pushing right on the stick right now. This is me pushing right on the stick. Game, I can't. Okay, this is like a Wii Party minigame where they flip the controls around on you. Ugh. Okay, Jesus Christ, how about we never do that again? How about we never, okay, so it does end with the running around the building thing. I'm just moving too fast for you to be able to tell that the building's collapsing. Oh my lord, okay, that was close. What do we, I don't know how we S-ranked that. I'm starting to think that not dying actually matters a lot more than how well you do, because we sat around doing absolutely nothing for a pretty good chunk of that. Wow. I'm not even kidding you. I'm pretty sure it's Wii Party. There's a minigame in Wii Party where you have to make your way through a maze, but the directions on the... Here, I'll talk about it after this cutscene.
Thanks for the help. Not that I needed it, but it's good to have my sanctuary back.
What is this place? It's so white and creepy. I've never seen anything like it. As I said, it's the eternal embodiment of my nightmares. Just waking up. My nightmare really is waking up in a realm full of Sonic stages, just tormenting me forever. Challenge Act gates have appeared. New challenges await you in each act. There are 5 challenges each in Acts 1 and 2 for a total of 10 challenges. An icon is shown next to each challenge act gate that shows what kind of challenge awaits you. Okay, so as I was saying, in Wii Party there's a minigame where you have to make your way through a maze, but the direction of the D-pad is flipped around, so going up might take you left instead of taking you up. You have to figure out what direction the new D-pad is acquainted to in order to make your way through the maze. That's what that felt like right there, because I was pushing right on the stick, and I was not going right, as that was not happening, so I had to had to hone my Wii Party skills to get out of the Sonic stage, I guess. That wasn't part of the plan. Okay, so before this, I would have told you that, like, before this playthrough, I would have said that Sonic Generations was basically a flawless experience from a technical perspective. But given what happened to Chemical Plant Zone with that hook, or maybe I say that expecting it to be a glitch that happens. For all I know, maybe it is just that grabbing that hook could just lead you to death and it's just a trap, but I don't think that's the case. That combined with the camera freaking out on me in this section, perhaps it's not as technically flawless as I thought it was, but still, it's, let me make it clear, nothing compared to the likes of Adventure 2 and Heroes and Sonic and the Secret Rings. Nothing will ever top those absolute hellscapes of video games. Anyway, so, after the Sky Sanctuary comes a boss gate. Find 3 boss gate keys to unlock the boss gate and face the boss. You can get a boss gate key by clearing one challenge act in either Act 1 or Act 2. Make sure to come back here after you've obtained a key. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say next, is that in order to access that boss gate, we have to clear at least one challenge that will earn us a key from Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, and Sky Sanctuary Zone. So that's what's gonna be the next episode. We're gonna go through all the stages, we're gonna get one key from each of them, and then we're gonna go fight the boss, assuming we can do the challenges quickly enough to where we'll have enough time to fight the boss, because, like I said, the bosses in this game range from nothingness to pain, and I'm pretty sure this one falls under the nothingness category, so we'll see how it goes. But for now, that'll do it for this episode, so thanks for watching, stay tuned for next time, and hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more Sonic Generations. Goodbye!